Hello everybody. Today we are going to talk about American English File, Book 2, Unit 4. In Unit 4, we have present perfect. We use present perfect for something that happened in the past and the effects come to present. For example, I have done my homework. This is an affirmative sentence. For negative sentence, we say, I haven't cleaned my room, or I haven't done my homework. In order to make question form of present perfect, we bring have at the beginning of sentence and we say, have you eaten your lunch? For short answer, we say, yes, I have, no, I haven't. Don't forget that for he, she, and it, instead of have in present perfect, we use has. For example, it has rained, or she has done her homework, or he has cleaned his room. He hasn't cleaned his room, or she hasn't cleaned her room, or it hasn't rained. Okay? So, don't forget that our verb in present perfect is in past participle form. We have two kinds of verbs in English, regular verbs and irregular verbs. For regular verbs, we add ed at the end of the verb. For example, clean is changed to cleaned. But verb do is irregular verb, so we have to change the complete form of the verb and we say done. Done is past participle form of do. Another point about present perfect is that we can use two words already and yet with present perfect. We use already in positive or affirmative sentences. For example, I have done my homework. We use already between auxiliary have and our verb done. I have already done my homework. On the other hand, we use yet in negative form and question forms. For example, I haven't done my homework yet. Or for question form, have you done your homework yet? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Let me repeat that again. We use present perfect for something that happened in the past and the effects come up to present. Thank you. Hello everybody. Today's lesson is about comparative adjectives. It is Unit 5 of Book 2. We use comparative adjectives and adverbs in order to compare two things. For example, two cars, two people, two books, two houses, and so on. There are some rules for comparative adjective. For example, look at this sentence. Tom is older than Danny. Or, my car is more expensive than yours. If our adjective is short, I mean if it contains one syllable or two syllables, we add er at the end of our adjective. Old, older. Young, younger. Tall, taller. Short, shorter. But if our adjective is long, I mean if it has three syllables, for example, expensive, we cannot add er. Instead of er, we add more or less. For example, my car is more expensive than yours, or your car is less expensive than mine. Another point about comparative adjectives and adverbs is that we have three words such as good, bad, far. We cannot add er or more or less in order to make comparative form of these three adjectives. Instead of that, we completely change the form of them. So, comparative form of good is better, comparative form of bad is worse, and comparative form of far is farther or further. Last point about comparative adjectives and adverbs is that if our two options or items are the same, for example, none of them is taller or shorter, we use it with this structure as. For example, I say, my car is as expensive as yours, or Tom is as old as Danny. Hello everybody. Today I'm going to teach you American English File, Book 2, Unit 5b. In Unit 5b, we have superlatives. When do we use superlatives? We use superlatives in order to compare one option or one item with a group. For example, Tom is the tallest boy in our class. It means that in our class we have 20 students and Tom is the tallest one. Or roses are the most beautiful flowers in the world. So we compare Rose or Tom to a group of students or group of flowers. One of the points in superlatives is that we have 3 adjectives: good, bad, far. For these 3, in order to make the superlative form, we change the format. It means that we cannot add est or we cannot add the most. For example, for good we say the best. For bad we say the worst. And for far we say the farthest. Another point is that, like comparatives, if our adjective has 1 syllable, we add est, and if our adjective has more than 2 syllables, for example, beautiful, expensive, or important, we add the most or the least. And final point is that sometimes we can use superlatives with present perfect. For example, Paris is the most beautiful city I've ever seen. That's all. Thank you. Hello everybody. Today we are going to talk about American English 5, Book 2, Unit 6a and 6b. In these 2 units we have future form. For making future form, we need will and won't plus base form of the verb. We use will and won't in 4 situations: prediction, instant decision, offers, and promises. Look at the first example for prediction. For example, it will rain or it won't rain. For instant decision, imagine that you go to a restaurant and you look at the menu and choose something to eat. For example, you say, I will have some rice, or I won't have spaghetti. For offers, you offer somebody to do something. For example, your friend needs help in his or her studies and you say, I will help you with your lessons. And last usage of will is for giving promises, making promises. For example, you say, I won't make that mistake again. Thank you.